Many of you are going to know who, of course, that woman is on the left, but you may not be familiar with who the man is on the right. That is former Jacksonville Jaguars NFL player Chris Howard and Gabrielle Union's first husband. In case y'all were unaware, yes, Gabrielle Union was married once before she ended up with, Dwayne Wade. Well, she just basically came out and said that, in the relationship, there was there was infidelity, on both ends of the spectrum. But she basically was saying the reason why she cheated or why she stepped outside of the marriage was because she was doing financially better than him. So she felt because she was making more money that she had every sense of entitlement to cheat on her then husband. And based on what I have read so far, which I'm going to read to you, this was a toxic relationship that should not have resulted in marriage. Now, I'm noticing a pattern. Her first husband is a former athlete, and her current husband is a former athlete. I think it's fair to say that Gabrielle Union has a type. Gabrielle Union is sharing more about her first marriage that she describes as dysfunctional since from day one. Some can say the marriage that she's in now with D. Wade is dysfunctional, but that's neither here nor there. During a recent conversation on the podcast Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, the actress and author talked about being married to former professional football player Chris Howard, whom she divorced in 2006 after 5 years of marriage. Shepard mentioned feeling guilty about his own past infidelities, and Union allowed that she was quote-unquote not getting Wife of the Year awards when it came to her marriage to the ex-Jacksonville Jaguars player. I think it's safe to say you're not getting Wife of the Year awards being married to D. Wade either. Marriage should get in the way of our dating, she said. A part of it was like keeping up with his activities, like, oh, what are you doing? You're going to feel this one. And I just felt entitled to it as well. The inspection star said she was paying all the bills. I was working my ass off, and I felt like that's what comes, the spoils of riches. So you peep what she just said. She felt because she was being the financial breadwinner in the relationship that she was able to do the things that she wanted to do because she was the financial breadwinner, even go as far as go outside of the marriage and do her thing. I'm like, if you're going to do all of that, just get a divorce. I mean, if that's what it's going to be, just do it. Because like I said, just reading just a little bit I read so far, this was a match made in hell. Like, it just seemed like neither one of them wanted to be together like that. It's almost like they were just doing it because it looked good. But it's obvious neither one of them wanted to be with each other. So it was like a toxic relationship, as she stated, from day one. Union has been married to another former professional athlete, NBA star Dwayne Wade, since 2014. She says she wishes she felt more guilt about her behavior during her first marriage, which basically is what she's basically saying is, I don't really feel bad about the behavior in which I was getting myself into while being married to this man. In other words, when she was cheating on him, she didn't feel bad. It was almost like second nature to her. At least that's the vibe that I'm getting. It was such a stupid relationship that should have never gotten out of the dating phase, she said, of her marriage to Howard. CNN has reached out to Howard for comment. I keep telling y'all about this woman right here. I keep telling y'all and telling y'all and telling y'all, but of course, y'all are well aware of her antics. This is just who she is. Now, what I find to be very interesting is that we know she's not going to do that with D. Wade because he's the financial breadwinner of that relationship. And now, if y'all remember, D. Wade, they said that him and Gabrielle Union, they took like a little quote unquote break from their relationship because I guess it was like it wasn't on a smooth path at that time. And I guess when they was on their little break, they probably were dating other people and whatnot. Nothing too serious. At least what she thought wasn't too serious, because he ended up, if y'all remember, getting some random woman pregnant. Yeah. And it wasn't her. Because as y'all know, Gabrielle, I'm not even going to get into that. But yeah, he ended up getting some woman pregnant. But notice that Gabby came right on back. Because she couldn't use that line of, oh, I'm the breadwinner in this relationship, so I'm just going to leave and go to somebody else because I know they'll want me. She couldn't pull the move with D Wade that she pulled with Chris Howard. So what did she do? She took it in stride and got back with D Wade, and then they eventually, I believe, got married. Because I think this was before they got married. Now, if you remember, it was speculated, I don't know how true it is or not, y'all, someone can confirm that, D Wade was cheating on his ex-wife Siobhan with Gabrielle Union. Isn't that interesting how karma just has a way of rearing its ugly head? I can't do Holly Weird. I cannot take it seriously at all. And this right here, what I just read, is proof of that. But again, Gabrielle Union, this is just who she is. This is just who she is. Now, this is not negating anything that her ex-husband did, but her reasoning, I'm not surprised she said that. That's her mindset. That's just who she is. Remember, she said herself that she was a self-proclaimed mean girl back when she first got started in the industry. That's just who she is. And the thing is, I don't think she has ever actually let go of that. I think she still has those mean girl tendencies floating inside of her. And when she wants to let it, release it in, or let people see a little bit of it, she'll show it. Again, because that's just her nature. That's just who Gabrielle, the High Priestess Witch Union, is. Gabrielle Union also strikes me as that woman that will throw her entire bank account in your face. Like, she'll say that she makes more money than, say, the man that she's with, and then she'll use every opportunity to throw that in his face, almost to diminish his manhood. That's why they always have the conversations coming up of, would a woman date a man who makes less money than her? And it's always at one point in time, it was always like an array of no's, where no woman would date a man that was making less money than she was. Not every woman, but a good chunk. Now it's a little bit more, it's somewhat balanced. A lot more, you have a lot more yeses, because they're not that shallow to that point. Then you have some say, well, define how much less if you want to do it that way. But she's the type of person that just strikes me, based on the story here that's being presented, as the one that would throw her bank account around. It's pretty damn obvious. That's why she went back to D Wade after that quote unquote incident. And that incident being, of course, him getting another woman pregnant.